loading up.
I see it.
Oh, Twitter. You stink.
That's right. They want you to be on their premium service.
They do. I need to take that off. Okay, so we are live on Facebook and YouTube. We're now live over here. And then we're going to start the brand music. You'll be happy. Oh, yep, there it is. Okay.
Good job.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All righty, guys. So John and Bryce with Project Tribute, and I need to get the text to donate. There it is, text to donate. And we got some guests with us, so we got some Bartians here.
Well, maybe not quite so much.
Transplanted Bartians.
Well, how long have you been? You're making crafts. You live here, and now you've got a podcast. You're doing lives. You're Bartians.
Yeah. Okay.
Bartians.
Thank you for that.
I'll take it.
You're take it. Yeah, absolutely.
So I guess let's let you guys introduce yourselves, and then we'll kind of go from there.
Well, we are the Crafty Candle Shop, Cliff and Aaron Taylor, and I'm the veteran of our veteran-owned business, and Aaron is as much a veteran as I am, basically, because she's been in it, not in it, but in it for as long as I have.
Yep. We always tell people that wives and family, spouses and family serve just as much as the active duty member.
Yeah.
Not the same way,
Right.
but very much.
They go through as, I mean,
So,
that and
Yeah.
worse in some cases.
So when we get done, I need to show you guys. So I've got my granddad's shadow board, and then when you walk in the door, my granddad's boots are right on the side of the door. So he was Command Sergeant Major with the 45th.
Oh, nice.
Served in World War II in Korea. So
Crap, that's awesome.
so yeah, so his all of his medals are over there.
that's
So,
amazing.
Thank you for that.
Yeah,
that's
that's
awesome.
amazing.
absolutely. All righty. So really just wanted to spend some time kind of talking about you all and also answering questions too. So
Yeah.
kind of the big thing is that you guys reached out, wanted to do a fundraiser. You did a fundraiser last year, and I it was a couple $100, but I couldn't remember how much you all helped raise.
It actually, I think it was like it
Like
was it 300 or 375, something
Okay.
like that.
375.
Yeah, that was the last time that Bear Sun came through.
Yes, that's right. So so same thing. I mean, it's you guys kind of jumped in and said, hey, we want to help again.
Yeah.
So
Absolutely.
the fundraiser that these funds would go to is Bartlesville Ambulance.
Nice.
They requested, so we've put these mass casualty kits on every fire engine in Bartlesville through the Play for Burke Foundation, and then a couple other donors. And then every SRO has also a mass casualty kit. It's basically, unfortunately, a school shooting kit, so tourniquets and all that. And so then the Washington County Sheriffs, all of them received bleed kits. And then let's see here, the shift supervisors have the mass casualty. So then the ambulance is the last one. And so
Nice.
if
Cool.
it'll be between $2,000 and $3,000 is what we're looking. There's 4 ambulances. And so then all the proceeds from your fundraiser would go towards Bartlesville Ambulance.
Nice.
So,
Very cool.
yeah.
Nice. That's a great goal.
Yeah. So that's our goal is $3,000. And then again, all that stuff would stay local. So
Nice.
that's the beauty of this.
With the
nice.
fundraisers through Craft Percent goes back to you. So you direct where it goes.
Awesome.
Wow.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
So tell us, okay, first thing, where are you guys located?
Oh, me. We're in the
Spokesperson.
Well, I did get you water so you could be the spokesperson.
That's right. I know. Someone said they weren't going to talk. And
I'm
then, okay. All right. 30 years. 30 years.
Yeah.
Anyway, we are in the old Curtis building
Okay.
downtown. 222 Southeast Frank Phillips Boulevard, right at the corner of Frank Phillips and Osage.
Nice. And
So-
then what are your hours?
We are there 10 through 5, Monday through Friday, and 10 to 4 Saturday.
Okay.
But that's more like 9 to 5 on Saturday because that's my day to be there because I work full time during the week. So when I'm able to be there, I want it to be open as much as possible. We may be extending our hours slightly because we are getting ready to launch something fun that people would eat after dinner.
Ooh.
Oh,
have
okay.
Nice.
Okay.
Yeah, we have. I guess I
Hey,
should say.
Hanging out with one of your neighbors.
No, we actually do that every night. We have a refrigerator,
Okay.
and we call it Beer 30. And
That's
Yeah.
fantastic.
anybody that's around, you're welcome to come in. And if you like what we drink, you're welcome, and you're of age, you're welcome to join us.
Nice.
But
At no cost.
right,
Wow.
and we conquer the world together. We just sit down and shoot the breeze.
Heck
We
yeah.
solve the
and-
world's
yeah,
problems.
It's a neat idea.
yeah.
Over
That
beer.
is. That is.
Yeah.
That's
And
cool.
if you're very particular, then bring your own and something to share. But
I'm not particular.
part of what we do is
I like.
we
peanut
have our
butter beer.
artisan mercantile. Yeah, I'm a pear cider. I'm a pear cider or a wine girl. If I can't have a blended margarita, I want the pear cider or wine.
That's a
But-
very big array.
I know it is.
Okay.
It is. Yeah.
Room
Too cool.
temperature. I'm good.
Okay. Fair enough.
Mm-mm. He's easy. I'm a little higher maintenance. Anyway, part of what we do.
Most
you know-
women are.
Uh-oh.
Wow.
This is why I
We're
got the big
spicy.
table. That way
That's
she
right.
can't reach you. Like
Oh,
I
you're,
didn't know we'd need a ref.
No, we're
you're
okay.
safe.
Right? You were like, oh God,
Uh-oh.
what did we
Right.
get into
Right. I
here?
thought we were talking
Yeah, what were we
candles,
planning for?
not.
Yeah.
This is about to get
WWE.
Uh-oh.
Woohoo. All right. My money's on.
Yeah.
Um,
And in this corner.
so,
What's going on,
We-
James? We got James with Kabbalah Consolidated.
Oh,
He-
hey,
he-
James.
So we got some folks watching here.
Nice.
All right, we'll be nice. We want people to come into the shop, honey.
Right.
I mean,
But
I'll-
anyway, honestly, anyone
I'll
who's
watch
been
this.
anyone who's been in the shop knows this is us.
That's
This is
fantastic.
us. We started off pouring candles because when we were in California, I was a floral designer. I was actually very sought out. I was booked 3 years out every weekend.
Wow.
We thought that when we moved here, that would just come
Carry
with
over,
us.
carry over.
And surprise, it didn't.
Right.
So here comes candles. And I fell in love with doing candles. And
I mean, these are in like the one that I'm
They're
beautiful.
beautiful.
Like this is just intricate.
Well, not
Up-
only are they like they smell fantastic,
Yeah.
but they also look fantastic.
Thank you. Yeah,
Thank you very
we started off with doing wax melts, and then I discovered food-looking wax melts, and I was like, "Holy crap! This is a whole nother.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness!" And so I was traveling back and forth for the first year and a half that we were open, and doing weddings, finishing weddings that were delayed from COVID, and I'd come home and I'd be home for what, 2-3 days, and then I'd have to travel back. And which was fine. I didn't mind. I filled the orders and I packed them, got them ready to go, and he took care of shipping them
Shipping,
out.
receiving.
Yep.
But then it got busier and busier, which was nice, but it was also, I ended up leaving a mess. And I'm like, that's okay. I'll get it when I get back. And I get back to more orders. And he goes, okay, we're done. We're
Right.
done with this. This is yuck. And I went, okay, so go find a place. And so we found our flagship store over on 75.
Right next to Diamond's Dog Grooming, if you guys
Yeah.
are familiar with them.
Across the street from the hotel that it brought Bartlesville to the major news.
Got it. Okay.
Tornado.
Fair
Okay.
enough.
Yeah. And it was small, 450 square feet.
Used to be a
And-
barber shop and it,
Yeah.
outlets everywhere.
Yeah.
It's good
So
for candles.
here I am.
yeah.
I'm flying back. He says, I found this place. And I went, oh no. Okay. And we got back. We signed the lease online, and I flew back and walked in and looked at it and went, oh, this is big. This is really big.
It's terrifying.
It
isn't
was.
it?
This is
No.
this is a lot of candles. I don't have time to make enough candles to fill this store. This is going to be a very sad business. We need people to fill this up.
Right.
And so we went out on Facebook and said, hey, is there anyone interested in, any small mom and pops that would like the retail exposure who don't have the means for all the liabilities that go with it?
Wow.
And then next thing you know, we had 6 local vendors,
That's
artisans,
so
we
cool.
call them, not vendors, because we're not buying wholesale. They are running their own business in our shop. All we're doing is
Providing
selling
the-
it for them.
Providing the room and
They
manpower.
pay rent, and that's it. No commission, no
Wow.
fees, nothing.
we don't set the prices,
And-
they do.
So
That's cool.
as the candle business has grown, so has the artisans.
Right.
So we were at 6, and then we went to 11, and we had no more room. We started looking a little a little crammed,
Right.
and we kept trying. And so then we got a second small location for production.
just for candle production, and
Yeah,
we opened
just
up
to get
more
that out of the
space
way.
in
Wow.
the
Yeah.
original flagship place for
Yeah.
more artisans, right?
Yeah.
Very cool.
To
So
make more room.
so then our stained glass artisan Sherry, she says, "Hey, I want to start doing classes," and I'm like, "Okay, we'll share the space." And it worked for about 2 months, and then we were all on top of each other all the time,
Yeah, it
we're
was
totally
horrendous.
clearing
Wow.
things
I mean,
out.
it
Because
was good, but it was horrendous.
Right, right.
In the same
anyone who
breath.
thinks candle production is the cleanest thing in the world
Oh no.
is
Yeah.
smoking glue or something crazy, because it's messy.
Right.
It's just messy, and you cannot make it a clean process unless if you're making more than one candle at
Yeah.
a time. And when you're producing 1,000+ candles every week, it's messy. You just keep going.
You guys
Yeah.
make 1,000 candles a week.
We produce and ship 1,000
Wow.
candles a week.
We ship.
Yeah, worldwide.
We ship to how many states now? We're short 4 states of the United States
Wow.
that we're not shipping to.
Wow.
I'd love to
Yeah,
get those.
and 5
5
countries.
countries of the world.
Yeah,
So
we
that
can
we ship on a
honestly say
regular
we're mom and
basis.
pop, but
But
we're
we're-
actually global.
We're an
That's so
international.
cool.
Yeah, we're and
It's kind of cool.
and it's our
Very.
dessert candles that blew up on us. And
Yeah.
I can tell you, I got sick of making them. I did not bring any.
No,
That's
I
what
was gonna say.
I was
don't think
looking.
you brought
And the
any.
very first one that we made in our dessert candle was for Bear Son the first time he came through town. Bear Son's from California, and because
It's such a cool thing.
we're Californian,
Yeah.
and
yeah.
our girls we have 5 daughters, and they follow Bear Son, and they're like, Bear Son's coming to Oklahoma. Bear Son is coming. Are you listening, Mom? He's coming to Oklahoma. And I said, okay, well,
we
you're
need
in
to
charge
find
of
him. That's what
you're
they
in
said.
charge of tracking him. So
They
we
bear
find
knuckles,
out that
but
he's coming. Oh yeah, we found out he was coming to town. We're texting him, we're Instagramming him,
Yep.
we're blowing him up. And he says, how about I give you my cell phone number? And I went, you're going to regret this decision, my friend.
Right.
And so here we go. And he shows up at our shop. He goes live. And we created this cute little candle.
That was a really cute. Like you did a
Yeah.
great job.
You
of
see
it.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
That was
Oh, thanks.
And
Yeah.
that was honestly our first taste of mass production
right.
for that one. They
went-
blew up our website.
it
They
went
literally
nuts.
blew up our
well, yeah,
website.
Wow.
because
They
it showed you
crashed
web-
it.
yeah,
Shut it
showed
down.
you-
Crashed it
yeah.
twice.
I remember that.
That's
Yeah.
super cool.
And that it was
It was
really
scary,
cool.
but awesome.
Yeah.
Well, so
Scary.
okay,
Good problem to have.
do you know about Bear Son at all?
I don't know that
Okay.
I do.
So this dude literally just runs from one coast to the other and back
I bet I've heard of it.
in a bear suit.
Yeah. And the first bear suit weighs, the head itself is 70 pounds.
Yeah,
Wow.
it's a
Now,
big-
mind you, let me tell you, because we've now spent time with him.
Great guy.
Yeah.
He's a tiny guy. The
That's
bear
awesome.
suit weighs almost as much as he does, and yet
Well-
he runs 10 to 12 hours a day.
Yeah.
Wow.
From
and he blogs throughout, and
Yeah.
so he's already left California a week ago, didn't he? Like
Yeah.
I mean, like he's already on the trap, but he just sleeps.
He went to San Francisco from
Yeah.
LA to San Francisco.
Yeah.
But
I mean
he-
that's a no brainer for him.
He
Wow.
sleeps just wherever on the path.
Yeah.
And it's like I think he's got a team of supporter people.
And he
feed him,
clocks.
He
everything.
does.
Every
Yeah.
step he takes, it's clocked. So it's not there. I mean, if somebody interrupts him and he goes to visit, like say with us, he's not running.
Hey,
so
what's
he's
going
off
on,
the clock.
Devlin?
Oh,
So then he picks it. He goes right back to where he went off the clock and picks it right back up again. So
Yeah,
there are no
Yeah.
erroneous steps.
wow.
It's
It's
wild. Yeah, it's cool.
Crazy cool.
So how we met last year, how did you guys hear about us? Like, because you guys reached out. So
yeah, actually, when he came, no,
Chase
when
hats.
right,
every time he comes through town,
Yeah.
we make another candle for him. And so this was his 3rd trip through. Actually, it was his 2nd trip through
Second trip through.
that we ended up with you guys. And we did the Christmas ones for him. And he says, let me look. I want to find a local charity for you guys to give the money to. He is, anytime that we've done this, he has never once been about
Yeah.
keeping any of the funds that are donated
Right.
to himself. It
Wow.
all goes to organizations
So
or to,
that's how you
so-
guys came into it.
yeah. He,
so I mean, did you guys just Google us or like how? Like,
No, he,
we've heard about you. He Googled you.
huh?
And then we said, okay, here we go. you know, and
That's cool.
yeah. And of course, we've been following you guys ever since. So it's been like a year and a half that we've been
Right.
watching you guys grow and do your thing.
Do your
And
thing.
Do your
little
thing.
thing.
Do your thing.
That's
Hey.
so cool.
It's great.
Yeah, I mean we're at 22 lives saved and $250,000 of gear delivered.
Awesome.
That's amazing.
And again, no paid
And it's
staff.
all through donations.
100%. Yeah.
That is incredible.
Thank you for that.
Yeah. I mean, and that's the thing that I love about this is that when I first kind of started this, it was how do we do this in a way that respects? Because it's paying tribute to those that die, but also doing things to make it where we lose less. And so how do you
bridge that?
Yeah. How do I honor a fallen without it being capitalizing on it?
Right.
And so the only way I could figure out is don't keep the money. I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, someday I hope this is my day job, but it's not. And we are far from it. And so that's where the shirts came in. And now that's where the lasers coming in. But yeah, we don't even like when we like this weekend when I go to Pawnee, all expenses, food, everything's on me. Like we don't touch any of the donations for anything but life saving.
That's cool.
That's
I mean,
amazing.
it's
just the right thing to do.
it
That's
is.
amazing.
It just keeps it nice and clean.
Well,
Yeah.
especially when you look at how other nonprofits run their business.
Right. Or not.
Big ones.
Yeah.
you know.
Right.
Yeah.
We've
Uh-huh.
had people question our, shall we say, dubious business practices.
Mm.
We're not nonprofit,
Right.
but
We don't make a dime on
we
these
don't.
guys.
Yeah,
Yeah.
We don't
we
want
don't
to.
make a dime.
We charge them $20 rent.
$20 rent.
Mm.
And
That's
that's
it.
strictly
No
to
matter how
get
much
them in the
space
mode
they need.
Yeah.
of, hey, business costs money.
Right.
And
Yeah.
that's it.
That's, I mean, it's a business incubator.
It
Is what
is,
you're
yeah.
doing.
Right. We are an
Precisely
incubator,
that.
and
Simple as that.
we now have 66.
66 now.
Tri County
way.
does that.
Wow.
I mean, it's
Yeah.
It's
that's so
kind of
cool.
cool.
Well, I
Yeah.
mean, because it's terrifying. I mean, there especially the last year, I've looked at this and we've had with our board several conversations of guys, things have to change if we're going to keep these doors open.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And we really looked at like, I mean, I was canceling Netflix and private, my
Yep.
stuff just to make sure I could afford rent.
Right. Yeah.
And so
Thank God candles covers the rent in the building we're in.
yeah,
Yeah.
Candles covers that. So, and my retirement. So
Right.
we're okay.
Mhm.
I mean, we're okay.
right.
We don't need to charge people. I mean, bring your stuff in, sell the dickens out of it,
Mm.
and
That's
you
cool.
get a check every month.
That is so
Come on,
cool.
man. That's
Yeah.
cool.
That is
And-
awesome.
And
Puts food on their tables.
Yeah.
by selling candles, it also allows us to raise funds for other people.
Yeah.
Which is key for us because there was a little bit of a mistaken perception about us when we moved here that our intentions weren't necessarily good. We'll leave it at that. That we were taking money away from
Family.
families that were already struggling,
Yeah.
that kind of thing. And so we
Couldn't
made
be
it.
farther from the truth.
We made it a
Damn
point.
candles.
It,
No.
it wasn't
Oh,
candles.
wait, believe it or not,
No,
the
it wasn't
the
candles.
words we heard.
Yeah, no. That is an off-camera,
Oh.
off-microphone conversation.
Oh my
Jeez.
gosh.
We
I
are
get
live.
It was right. It was COVID, and I totally understand.
Sure.
I absolutely understand. At the time, I didn't. It crushed me
Mm.
because my dream was to let him retire and continue building my floral empire, and it didn't happen. And it's okay because, as we've learned, God has
a
things in
different
mind
plan.
for
Right,
us
yeah.
that whether we want to admit it, whether we believe it or not,
God has a
He's
different
got
plan.
plans for all of us. And our paths are meant to cross who they're meant to cross with.
Yep.
Our paths have been meant to cross for a long time.
Yeah.
And Bear Sun brought them together initially. And I think it's just meant to continue. And our candle business and our good smelling, our sensory, or our sensational sensory whatevers, is how we are doing everything we can to help our community.
That's awesome. Miss
Um,
Rhonda
That's very
says
good.
hi to you, Miss Aaron.
Very
Hey, Miss Rhonda, how are you, doll?
Hi, Rhonda.
I sent someone to you, by the way. Hopefully, they reached out.
So
Wedding.
I mean that's how it
Started
is.
making
There's been
insights.
several just weird God moments. You guys kind of before
Oh,
we've got on
so
here,
many God moments. Yeah.
that's-
Yeah.
Indeed.
So but so you guys had asked how I started, and
Yeah.
one of the things. So when George Floyd was kind of kicking off, I just got angry. Everyone can tell you George Floyd. Well, so there was an incident in Dallas where 5 Dallas officers were killed in the line of duty. They were gunned down, and one was on live TV. You can see the gunman go around a pillar. He was they basically circled each other, and then he got behind him and gunned him down.
That's right.
So then they ended this scenario with attaching a bomb to a bomb disposal robot, driving it down the hallway and blowing the guy up. Can you tell me any of the 5?
I cannot.
That's why Project Tribute exists.
Wow.
I cannot. That's crazy, huh?
Yeah. But we can talk about George Floyd.
Right.
Right.
Everybody knows George Floyd.
Right. So I built the tribute Jeep as just a silent protest. I just did it.
Yeah.
And kind of like you, I got plenty of like, how many donors paid for that Jeep? Me and myself and I.
Yeah.
But so
Thank you for your interest, right?
Right.
My paycheck for the next 5 years.
It's a Jeep, more than that. Just empty every pocket.
Yeah.
But so then people started coming up to me, and because the other thing is during COVID, there was a lot of first responders dying. And my biggest thing was a family member needed to make sure that somebody cared.
Yeah.
And so we would find out about the processions coming through. And it was just important for me to be roadside. And I always picked somewhere in the middle of nowhere because I didn't want to be seen. I don't like being seen.
Right.
Contrary to how this worked
This
out.
is a behind the camera person here. Yeah.
So then as I would be pulled over waiting for a procession to come through, other folks would say, "Hey, what are you doing?" And they would stop and they would hang out and wait to show their respect.
Nice.
And they would ask, "Hey, how do I donate to this?" I'm like, I don't know. I'm just an idiot. I really have no idea.
Haven't gotten that far yet.
Right.
Haven't thought that far ahead.
Right. And that's
Been there.
yeah. And so then I created the way to donate. I created the 501c3 and filed all the paperwork and started the process. And then what was interesting is that locally we lost Kyle Davis, and the day that I received the 50C3 approval, we were doing an event, and it was our very first thing in honor of Kyle, and it was just a 1 mile run in partnership with Running for Heroes. Okay. So Running for Heroes is a young man in Florida that he would run a mile every time a first responder lost their life, and then he would send the flag to the family, and then he grew. So he was about a year, or his organization was about a year ahead of us. And so I'd over years reached out to the parents and just asked questions like, how did you do this? How'd you navigate? Well, so right before I left the house to go to the event we were hosting for Kyle Davis, I received the 501c3 approval.
Nice.
Wow.
So then fast forward a couple of years later, I'd been watching this kid for quite a while, and my dog was barking, just a weird bark. So I woke up and there was nothing there was nothing I could do to settle this dog. And so I sit there and start scrolling on Facebook, and I see that Running for Heroes from Florida was going to be in Stillwell, Oklahoma.
Oh.
So then I do the math and I'm like, wait a second, I could be there in time. And so I actually got dressed, ran down there, and got to Stillwell, Oklahoma in time, and met the young man and met his parents. And he actually, on tribute, there's his sticker and a photo of him putting the sticker on there. Well, the reason he was there was because Officer Amanda Craig was shot in the line of duty, and he was presenting her with a grant, basically, for her medical expenses. Well, what saved her life was her own privately owned tourniquet. The day that she was shot in the line of duty, she was making less than $15 an hour, and it was her second paycheck. And that was years ago. So it's something that will impact her for the rest of her life.
Sure.
And she is one of the most courageous women I've ever been around, like straight up. Well, so I went and introduced and said, hey, here's what I do. I just give out tourniquets. Well, I'm speaking to somebody that is only standing here because of a tourniquet.
Yeah.
So then she put in a request, and I was able to then go back a couple weeks later with just tourniquets for her entire department.
Oh my gosh.
All because my dog barked.
Wow.
The hand of God moments.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Big time.
And so there's just tons of those little moments. I mean, why Bryce is sitting here, like I still can't explain it. Like
I can't fully explain it.
I put an ad on a volunteer group that I've never known about, never used before, never touched since. And Bryce reached out, and he's been going on second year.
This would be the second year.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
And so yeah, it's just been tons of these little God moments, but ultimately it was that I wanted to honor first responders. In my family, I've got one granddad was a firefighter and worked for the city. The other granddad was a command sergeant major, and then uncles and cousins and all that throughout the services. And then currently I'm working on becoming a reserve deputy. And so it was my way to give back and honor those that people have no idea what they're doing.
Nice.
So, and
That's
then
cool.
So Vanguard is a little bit of a difference, and it's kind of, while people are here, I want to bring light to it. when I did Tribute, there was 5 different websites that I used that were in the line of duty names for EMS, for all the different things.
Yeah.
At this point, only one of those 5 websites is still active.
Wow.
Why?
I don't know.
Huh.
Even the Military Times,
Right.
their magazine, and they have a page for in the line of duty.
Sure.
Hasn't been activated since 2022.
Wow.
So now for me
That's
to get
scary.
absolutely, they're being forgotten.
Yeah, that's scary.
So it makes it more important. It makes it where one of the things that I want to do is create that list on our website, so then a list still exists. But on Tribute and on Vanguard is now the only list of all. So then on the back of Vanguard is all the military, all the police, all the fire, EMS, and canine. But the military is not just in conflict. It is any military death that I could find, because if they died on base, self-inflicted or not, it was because of. So that's kind of how we started. And then it grew from that of, okay, now that I have donations, what the hell do I do with it? Well, let's buy some tourniquets. And reached out to a company, and they mailed me, I thought it was the coolest thing, 50 tourniquets. And I'm sitting there holding this going, man,
what am I going to do with
awesome.
these?
Yeah, this is awesome. Like, look at us. We got to call the news. This is great. $250,000 later. Now it's like,
thank you. Yeah.
So that's kind of what.
But like anything else, it has to start somewhere.
Yeah.
I mean, the smallest of steps.
Yep.
It has to start somewhere.
Yeah.
So that's kind of our story. And then, so kind of you all saw our live from last week. And so if you guys are watching and if you want to come and talk about your business, just reach out to us. Email is projecttributefoundation@gmail.com. And then our phone number is on the website, projecttribute.com. And then to donate, if you're watching, you just actually, Bryce, we haven't done it. So if you guys haven't experienced this, I'm sorry. It could be a little loud. Bryce,
it's maybe not that great, but we enjoy it.
I've built it up. So to donate,
if you'd like to donate to the Project Tribute Foundation, please text Bleed Kit to 918-856-3977.
So, and then again, all proceeds that we're raising go to saving lives, nothing else. Yep. Bryce and I get paid in handshakes, high fives, and a lot of no's.
A lot of rejection.
I got a no today that I didn't even know I applied for.
Get those all the time.
Wow.
I was like, okay, well, that's cool. I guess you can't get a yes without a no. So we've got quite a bunch of your products on the table. So
we do.
Now, are these food or scented? Because I want to eat them.
Well, you might be tempted to eat any of these, but don't.
Okay, so
don't. Those are wax melts.
Those are wax melts. You put them in a wax melter, or you can put them in like a nylon sock.
Okay.
Put them in your drawer. Don't put them in your car because they will melt.
Yeah,
that is fantastic.
That's wonderful.
But you can put them in you can make your own. Give them to your girlfriend. Make her own mention. Smell good.
Which one you got there?
This is s'mores.
S'mores. Oh, yes. That's super cool.
You can open that one too.
Oh my goodness!
I've got the looks like blueberry
waffles.
It smells like it.
They're not sealed. Just pop the top.
Oh,
yeah. That is our.
Oh man!
Like you can smell the chocolate in
phenomenal.
That. Trade.
Yeah, these bags run $5 per bag.
Wow!
And you're going to get roughly 25 to 30 hours.
You can't eat these.
Well, you could, but I wouldn't recommend.
You might not feel so good.
If you put them in the real thing in front of me, I don't know that I can tell you the difference.
I thought because you know how people are doing the freeze dried Skittles.
Yeah.
I thought I was excited for a sweet treat.
Sorry.
No.
Well, it's a
rejection.
It is
right back to rejection.
Sweet treat of a different. Sweet treat of a different kind. This is a sensory treat.
That's fantastic.
Very cool.
So I showed already, but we started making incense. Actually, it's called gunny sense.
Okay.
Or guy sense. If you want to
There we go.
But anyway, that's my favorite. It's called Old Tradition or Rich Traditions. And what it is, it reminds me of my grandfather when he used to smoke cherry pipe tobacco.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
That's cherry pipe tobacco, and believe it or not, brownies.
Fudge
brownies.
Isn't that nice?
So cool.
That does smell good.
Yeah.
It smells awesome burning too.
Yeah.
So my granddad, he always smoked a pipe as well, and he lived in the last house that I remember him in. His living room was a garage, and so it was down, and so you'd be on the top step, and there'd be that layer of cigarette. You know what I'm talking about?
The blue layer
with the sunlight coming through.
Yep.
Indeed.
That's it. Wow.
Yeah.
Is that not crazy?
Isn't that amazing? Isn't that
Yeah.
amazing? So we started off, we've got our traditional single pour candles, and then we started. This is my humor. This is called Nachimima's Preserves.
Okay.
Okay. And that's blueberry cobbler.
There's even little like fake blueberries
That's
in
awesome.
there.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
And it's also wax. So even the blueberries are wax.
Rhonda, if I want to eat it, I'm going to eat it.
It's a shame. It's a shame.
Yeah, you can grab a. You just about grab a spoon.
Like that smells like blueberry syrup. Like if you
It
go to
smells fresh.
if you go to
Exactly.
IHOP and like hit your
Right.
your
Yeah.
warm
100%.
waffles with that.
If you had smell-o-vision, these people would be drooling.
Yeah.
I know.
That is fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Super cool. I love
Isn't
it.
that
So-
amazing?
That's wonderful.
We're kind of hitting that half hour mark.
Right.
So what else about, tell us anything else that you guys want to make sure when you were, thinking about all the topics you want to get off your work off.
Okay. So
Every year we do a veterans dinner. It's free to all any veterans and their families
Okay. Where do you
Okay.
do it at?
at our shop. At
Okay.
our shop.
until we outgrow it.
Until we outgrow it, and then we'll find someplace.
Yeah.
Perfect.
And it's absolutely no cost.
Christmas dinner.
We
It's
get
like the Christmas
Yeah,
Thanksgiving time.
like the second weekend of December,
December,
we do
yeah.
it. And if we don't get enough donations to cover it, we cover the balance ourselves. It's just something that we did it in California. When he was active duty, we'd bring the squadron over for dinner if
That's so
they
cool.
if they weren't going home.
If they weren't going home,
we
gave
didn't
them a
want
place to go.
anybody having holiday
mean,
dinners by
that's awesome.
themselves. So we do it. We were so excited to bring it here.
Yeah.
And this will be our third year doing it.
That's cool.
So yeah,
So that's exciting.
pretty fun.
But our
That's
main
so
point
cool.
in coming here is doing a fundraiser for you guys. We now have 3 different ways we can do fundraisers, and we can do all. We can do one of the 3. We can do none. One of the biggest things and the easiest fundraisers we've done for a lot of nonprofit organizations in town is we host in our mezzanine level bingo nights. We provide the bingo cards. We just happen to have some bingo prizes laying around.
You're looking at the non-professional caller.
Yeah,
right
he's
here.
our caller,
How
and
colorful does it get? Because
It gets fun.
I expect greatness. Like that's simple
one
as
of
that.
one of the very first
Yes,
things
it
we
is
tell
fun.
all players is, if you are a professional bingo player, I'm sorry, you might
those
want-
people, man,
Yeah.
you
they
might
get-
want to
There-
leave now.
there
This
have-
is non-professional. This is fun.
There
There
have
will
been
be.
comments about the letter, the number 069. I'm just leave it.
Fair
at that.
enough. Fair enough. That's
Yeah.
fantastic.
We've never had anyone get up and leave. And we've probably done 30 bingo nights.
Yes.
So
Wow.
yeah, we've had a couple, we've
When?
had some people not come back, but so pick a night in September.
Okay.
Cool.
And
So
we'll,
Devlin, we haven't picked it yet, so we will figure it out. But so we got
Yeah.
a few
You got
folks
some
that are,
interest. That's
yeah,
good.
we
Yeah.
got some
Absolutely.
folks chiming
yeah.
in.
We're not
Yeah.
professional guys. Don't expect professionalism.
Is
Yeah.
Just fun.
yeah,
Yeah.
It's a
absolutely.
blast.
Okay.
I have
Um,
fun.
But one of the things we want to do, we want to kick this off right now.
Okay.
Is and
Go to our
if
website.
you guys are okay with it, we're okay with it. It can be what we call an ongoing give. You go to our website, which is thecraftycandleshop.com.
Yep.
And you go shopping.
It's
anything-
two E's, isn't it?
2 P's and an E.
2 P's and an E. Shop. SHOPPE.
Do I have it right there?
Yep.
Okay.
That's
so
us.
it's going to post on all the channels.
That's
that way people can
amazing.
see it.
Thank you very much. for
So
that.
you go
Absolutely.
online and any candle, any freshie, anything that smells, room sprays, that kind of thing that's listed under the Crafty Candle Shop or Gunny Scents.
Incense, but spelled GY for guy or gunny,
Right.
your choice.
That's cool.
When you place your order. And the reason I get so specific on that is we have
Mm.
added all of our artisans that are,
I'll give
or
you
I'm
that one.
working on it. I'm the only webmaster and I'm woefully behind, but I keep trying. So we have all of their stuff on our website too. So people,
Oh, very cool.
so that they sell more. But I can't do a 45% off of someone else's
Yeah.
stuff because then I'd be buying it
Yeah.
and it's not going to help me. And it sounds terrible, but anything candle,
No flavor.
yeah,
Sorry.
yeah, they don't taste good. 45% of every sale is going to go to Project Tribute.
Thank you.
Wow.
And what's going to happen is every month we're going to write a check or we're going to go online and donate direct to the donation link.
Wow.
Thank you.
Thank you
And
so
just keep a
much.
running total on that.
Right. So you guys know.
Awesome.
Secondly, ignore this. This is one of our first tries. We just
Put it
started
on.
doing
There it
these.
is.
Oh, there you go. You can do it. You can show it. We're
Take it
gonna
out?
create. No, I'm not.
Oh.
We just our
There was
freshie
rules
artisan
to that.
just
The
Yeah.
only rule we had was that one.
That
And
one.
You're,
Yeah.
you're like,
Because it's ugly.
yeah, you're throwing that rule right out the back.
Yeah.
This is why we can't have nice things.
this is why.
This
This is
right.
what. So
Guilty.
Right.
Guilty.
our
69, you know.
our you sank my battle chip. Man. That is your phone buzzing. Someone's telling you, get the hook, dude. Shut your mouth.
Awesome.
One of our artisans who has been doing our freshies. Life happens. Sometimes things happen and they have to close their businesses. We've had some go on and open their own shops. We've had some close down. And she needed to step away for a while. And so we bought all her product and
That's
all of
awesome.
her
Camera
things.
angle. Hey, John, can you change the camera
Oh.
angle?
Sorry.
And
You didn't want to be the only one on camera?
Yeah.
I know I'm good looking, but I don't need to be the star now.
Sorry.
so our last weekend was our first go round making the freshies, which was fun. And then I
so
realized,
cool.
we have to color some of them. That'll be fun. So I got these paints that I thought would be perfect for it. Learned today they're not. It peels off. So this one is not perfect, but the shape of it is perfect. It reminds me specifically of Project Tribute.
That's so cool.
So for our Freshie fundraisers, for the most part, people are going to get around Freshie and they get to pick the logo that got, the paper that goes on the front of it, the sticker. But for Project Tribute, we're going to do this one. And we'll figure out the colors for it. But for the specific Project Tribute Freshie,
It looks like
it's gonna have a different.
it's got a tribute badge, is what that is.
Yeah.
It looks like,
And
looks
it's
like a
gonna-
badge.
yeah.
That's awesome.
Oh.
It's kinda
And
cool.
Thank you.
So for any specific Project Tribute Freshies that are sold, all but $1 is going to go to you guys.
Wow.
Thank you.
And the $1 just to help cover
Yeah. No, that's
material.
awesome.
stuff on
That's
our
awesome.
end. And then so we have that going on. And we'll have the link for the freshies and all that stuff on the website tonight.
There's some buyers already.
Nice. I like it. You
Love you
don't
guys.
want the ugly one though, Rhonda.
No, you don't want the ugly one.
I'll get it right. I'll get it repainted. I'll get it repainted, and then you can have the first one. So, we'll do that. And then when you guys pick a night for bingo, we'll do that. And we'll just add the freshies to the website. What?
You mentioned 3.
Well, we have a
Bingo.
straight freshie, for those that want to do
Okay.
just a smaller, maybe not necessarily all. We do it online because it makes it easier. There's no point person having to go, okay, you wanted 12 of these and 6 of those, and wait, you didn't pay me for everything yet. And
Right.
then they have to,
Yep.
go through and
There-
I remember all those school fundraisers.
Yeah.
And so we have people just order through the website. The money's already in. We
Make
already know
sure
what
they-
they want.
make
We
sure they
pack it
mention
to order.
Project
Right.
Project Tribute.
Tribute.
Yep. All they have to do is put tribute in the
somewhere.
the line.
Somewhere in
Yep.
there. So that we know
mention tribute.
it goes to you guys.
Yep. And we'll have it all up there. So, and we're just going to continue this on.
Rhonda,
I'll take the ugly guy
one.
too. Sweet. Hey, it's
Oh.
it's not horrible. It's just that stuff is peeled off.
You did it,
and-
Rhonda. You did it. I'm doing it.
Oh no. Da-da-da. Okay, so is the
It's-
camera on here?
Can be.
It can be.
There we
It
go.
is right
Okay,
there.
so this one, you guys, this is our On Your Sixth candle. And we, at our last Veterans Dinner, we became aware of the Wreaths Across America project where they
Yeah,
put,
that's a cool one.
okay. So one of the folks that
Smell it.
helped sponsor last year's Veterans Dinner
Oh, wow.
spent the
Right?
morning putting wreaths
Black Frost.
on
Yeah, I love that.
on
And that you can put in your
Oh.
car.
okay, that's got to
Absolutely.
stop.
That smells fantastic.
Terry had spent the
And, you know,
morning
that smells like
putting the
you.
wreaths up.
Whoa.
I'm gonna need a couple of those.
Yeah,
Nice.
That's fantastic.
Nice.
All right.
And
So,
anyway, she told us, she
Rhonda,
said
for
that
you. The ugly.
at White Rose, there are 800 veterans buried there.
Yeah.
But
Oh,
they only
yeah.
had 300 wreaths to place.
Yep.
And we said, no, we need to fix that. We need to fix that. We need to do everything we can to fix that. So we created this candle, and we have it in 3 different sizes. This one is $40. it will pay for 2 wreaths.
Wow.
We have so far ordered about 150 wreaths. So if that 300 and we continue at the pace we're going,
You'll be able
we're
to
going to
cover
get
all of them.
really close
That's
to that.
outstanding.
Yeah,
that's
that's our
outstanding.
goal. Is we want to make sure that they have a wreath on every veteran's
Every
grave
veteran
this year.
has a wreath.
When
That's phenomenal.
when it's time to go lay the wreaths, let's use our volunteer group to try to help you guys out.
That would be
That would be
awesome.
fantastic.
Yeah.
It is
You just
the
gave me
mayor.
duck bumps.
I know. Okay. Let me think.
If you
Who we
verbalize
need
it,
to
I'm gonna
get
forget
in? Who
Put it
we
in an
need to
email.
get in contact?
Calendar invite.
It is the mayor's wife who runs this project.
Really?
Yeah. I had the greatest
the
visit
mayor?
with her.
Who's the man? Oh,
Okay.
Oh.
I mean, I know.
Are you
I just don't want to name
kidding?
drop.
I can name drop.
Oh, wow.
That was a dirty move on my part.
Oh, okay.
That was a cheap shot, is what it was.
I'm new here,
He's from Arizona.
relatively
It's fine.
speaking.
It's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's okay. I've been here 5 years and I don't know. So don't sweat it.
Oh, that's fantastic. So while you're looking, so we are going. So the military and veterans has been the group that we struggled to hit.
Mhm.
And so kind of like you guys are international, we have now served an international army.
We have.
Ooh.
Through Shay. Shay is a paramedic, and then she also does some medical stuff. Out of I think I know that she's an Osage, like part of the Osage Nation in Pawhuska.
Fantastic.
But she actually went overseas into Ukraine and
Oh,
took several
wow.
Project Tribute Stop the Bleed kits over and handed them out to frontline soldiers. And she was like yards from the front line of the Russian troops whenever she went down, and then handed out our challenge coins. And so we have served an international army. And then what was my other veterans. So then we've got one of our buddies, Ben Adams, is actually overseas right now, and his unit, all of their supplies were denied. He's a medic, and his body armor and all that
How?
was
That's what we said.
yeah.
I
He
could-
didn't believe me.
We had very angry conversations.
Yeah.
It was enraging.
When this is done, I got a story for you.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Wow.
So he reached out asking for body armor,
Yeah.
and they're going into a conflict zone, and so finally the body armor was taken care of.
Isn't that?
But his medical gear was not taken care of, and he was a medic of a team of 20, and they were in. So we were able to fundraise for that, and got him basically a field hospital kit called the Stomp Bag from Refuge Medical.
And fortunately, they were able to figure out the armor.
Yes,
And so, we didn't have to provide the armor, but we did make a good relationship with AR 500.
Yep.
And so going forward, if we ever need to, we know they have amazing price breaks that we can utilize to help provide those. If
That's
need
awesome.
be.
but then
Um,
the next thing that we're doing in December is going to be our first veteran focused banquet. There was a nonprofit called Flags for Warriors that was basically they were about to shut the doors.
Oh, wow.
And so I reached out and just asked, I asked the founder, hey, why? And what was your initial goal when you started? He's like, I just wanted to make custom wooden flags for veterans, but he was getting beat out of pricing and all this other stuff. I was
Sure.
like, well, what if we hosted an event where we honored a couple veterans and that like your mission is still protected. So in December over in Tishomingo, we're going to host it's basically the Flags for Warriors banquet, Flags for Warriors, hosted by Project Tribute. And so we've got a Google Doc, and it's actually on this live whenever you see the comments that we're looking for veterans. We're looking for nominations for veterans that have kind of either gone above and beyond, either during their service or out of service, that we can recognize. And what they would do is they would receive a wooden flag. And we also had, so the tickets are $35, and that's just covering the food. And it's a really nice dinner. I mean, it's I feel like it was like fried catfish, but like good food. But we had a donor come through that purchased the tickets. So the veterans we're honoring right now, there's no expense to them other than just getting to Tishomingo. But we are looking for nominations. So if you guys know veterans that are deserving of even just something simple as a wooden flag, right? But it's very simple. We're just looking for folks that after service or during service have kind of gone above and beyond to serve their community. I would agree that the eyeballs are earned. But so there's a Google document on this link, and it's very simple. You just fill it out. But on here, if you want to go ahead and book your tickets, we're hoping that's going to be hopefully our big fundraiser as well. And again, we're just trying to do a yearly wrap up with our donors and a thank you, and then a good dinner and some good fellowship with to serve veterans. So.
That's amazing.
Indeed, it is.
That's amazing.
But don't put his name on there.
And any veteran that I'm sorry, guys, I got to speak out.
Yeah.
Any vet, and for me personally, if I was to jump out there and say, hey, yeah, me,
Yep.
I'd be. I mean,
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
no,
It's awkward.
it's
Well,
awkward.
It's very
beyond-
awkward.
It's,
Yeah.
you
I
don't
get it.
ever toot your own horn.
Right.
No.
Ever.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, and that's what. So Bryce, we're talking through doing a podcast
Yes.
where we're made, and the initial name of the podcast that we fell on was Two Dudes and a Hero, and
I love it.
See, I thought the same
Yeah.
thing. I thought it had a nice ring to it,
And-
but
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 would
people
you
don't like
sit down
calling
on-
themselves being a hero.
Exactly.
I have been.
Is he one?
I have been
Yes.
pursued to do an interview. People want to know my story, and I refuse to do that.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
that is a nightmare I do not
Yep.
want to revisit.
Well, and that's kind of
And if I can be
Yeah.
absolutely candid with
100%.
you guys,
We've known so many soldiers.
Yep.
I mean, not just Marines, but soldiers. There are very few that come out without PTSD.
Right.
I mean,
it's interesting. The groups that I've had probably the most open conversations are female first responders.
mhm.
But it makes sense why male first responders have a higher suicide rate is because
They
they
don't talk.
internalize it. They internalize
They
it,
don't talk.
internalize it until they can't take it anymore, and
Yeah.
then they take it out.
Yeah.
Yep. So kind of
Yeah,
the goal
I agree.
whenever
I mean-
I started the podcast was there's so much, like, I didn't realize that a paramedic sleeps at the station. Like how stupid I was on that. I didn't realize that. So it was a way for me to kind of learn about first responders, but also to teach civilians about their local first responders.
Yeah.
And so that's why there's things that I'm very protective of what we share, what we don't share. There are a couple of them that I edited the crap out of them of like, hey, and I sit them down and say, so it's not live, it's filmed and recorded.
Right.
And but there was a couple of phenomenal stories that came out, but I was like, hey, I can't air that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So it's
Right.
so we do have another podcast. So if you're listening, you want to share your story, just reach out to us. It's very protected from you all's perspective. Like you have full control over what's aired, what's not, that way. And I mean, there's a couple of them that we just had a great conversation, but they'll never see the light of day. And
Mhm.
Yeah.
I'm
And it's
okay with
very,
that.
when we do get it all formatted, we want it to be such that we're not poking and prodding you for a story that you don't want to tell. We're very
Right.
much, we want to bring you on so that you can share what you want other people to know or what you
Yeah.
want other people that are
Nope. I get
in
it.
your position.
Yep.
So the
Um,
questions that I always asked was, what do you wish the public knew about your job? What do you want them to stop doing? And what else do you want to tell us? That's it.
I like it.
Very simple. And unanimously from the men was stop asking me about my worst call and stop asking me if I've killed someone. Flat out, stop doing that. And I stand by that. Like I get really,
110%.
I get hostile
Yeah.
when I hear that question asked. Like I stop. I've interjected a couple times at
It's
places.
belligerently rude.
100%. It is disrespectful.
And when it's kids asking,
It's a whole
It's-
different
Oh,
ballgame.
yeah.
Because
It's innocence.
Yeah.
it is
Yeah.
innocence,
It's
and
innocence.
they
And-
genuinely want to know.
Yep.
And
Yeah.
it's hard
But I think
because
that
it still gets the same reaction.
Yep.
it's the adults trying to glorify through the work
Well,
versus understand. Hey, tell me about your job.
Well, and
Yeah.
two, I think it's the people that that completely disregard. They have no concept of
When
what those experiences are
my
like.
daughters are all grown up, they're married, and they have children of their own, have grandkids. Now, when my daughters were dating, occasionally
He was the dad with the rifle.
That makes sense. That
He
makes
was.
sense. That tracks.
Yeah.
I had a couple of young men that asked me, so your daughter says that you're in the
You're-
Marine Corps. I said, yes, I was. He says, what did you do? I said, I taught snipers to shoot
Oh,
before they went to sniper school.
Yep.
We pulled them off the line. They were naturally good. They had a natural point of aim. They had a natural affinity to shoot.
That's cool.
And we honed those skills. At 300 yards, we could put 3 rounds into the bottom of a paper cup.
Yep.
Iron sights, no
That's
scopes.
cool. Wow. Outstanding.
That is
Yeah.
have her home by 10.
Curfew.
no matter how far you run.
The,
You cannot outrun what comes out the end of the gun.
the hole in the shovel. Are you ready?
I'm good.
They were never
At
home
300
late.
yards.
That's
I'm
fantastic.
real good.
Hey,
At 300
before we
yards.
forget you guys, Donna Copeland, she's the one that's in charge
Yep.
of the Wreaths Across America here in Bartlesville. and anyone who wants to get involved. A wreath costs $18. The big candle of this will buy 4 wreaths, and then we have a smaller candle that'll buy 1.5. But
That's
we're just doing
fantastic.
everything we can. So
Very
yeah,
cool.
Yeah, the Copelands are just
they're
phenomenal.
amazing.
Good
people.
people.
Good people.
Absolutely amazing people.
Okay, so we're gonna kind of start wrapping it up. Any
Absolutely.
final parting words?
If
we
you haven't,
we don't know anyone who follows us. We don't know what's actually going to happen with keepsake candles. We've been trying to buy it. Getting investors has proven much more difficult than we think.
Yep.
than we initially thought.
And
it's tough.
we're learning now that with it being an election year,
People hanging on to the money. I mean,
yeah.
really.
and
Yeah.
we get
100%.
that.
We get that.
We get
You
that.
Can't fight that path.
Our biggest concern and our biggest goal, my biggest goal as a candle maker, a chandler, I don't want the legacy of keepsake candles to die, nor does Miss Alice or her daughters.
I mean, it is a
Um,
legacy. Like, 'cause
we're-
as I see this,
yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
thinking
Well,
about a keepsake candle I grew
Well,
up with.
this is
Yeah.
a legacy candle.
This is a legacy
Did you,
candle.
Did you
It's-
feel the container?
It's actually wax.
Yeah.
So is this one.
So is this one.
wax.
Well, that's what I realized that one was.
Yeah.
That's
So
wax. That's a wax bowl.
we are
doesn't melt.
determined, whether we
Didn't
find
know that.
investors or not, to keep it to actually buy the land. We are
determined.
going to keep the legacy of keepsake going. We're going to find a way.
So if you guys find Price Tower artifacts within keepsake candles, don't sell it.
Oh my
Too
god!
too soon on that.
Oh my gosh!
No, it's
yeah.
not too soon.
No,
I agree with
I
you.
mean,
That's ridiculous. Ridiculous.
you know what though? I have to play the devil's advocate here. I am not a fan of selling them, but if you were pushed in a corner where you
Yep.
had no other option
Absolutely.
but to sell off some assets to keep a business going and keep your employees working, I can empathize with her and how she felt, because we've been in that position. We've eaten ramen a lot to keep our doors open
Ooh,
to
ramen.
support our
That's fair.
artisans.
That's fair. 100%.
I mean, we've done it. She's got several more zeros behind what she's doing than what we do. So how I feel about it, I can empathize with that though.
that's fair.
So, but
Fair
no.
statement.
And our goal, we don't
Don't
want
do it
to,
if you can avoid it.
we don't want to change keepsake.
No.
We don't want to do anything. We just want to keep it going, because what they did, no one else ever learned how to do until I did. And
This is a result.
no
of
one
that.
else
Yeah.
knows how to do it now. So it has such an amazing future.
So keepsake candle was outside of town,
Mhm.
and I remember it was a Native American figure, but it was back in early '90s. Detailed candles like this didn't exist
Mhm.
except keepsake candles.
yeah.
It was like the traditional keepsake candles and precious moments were the things to like collect.
Yeah.
And, I mean, if you
They were in Hallmark stores.
Yep.
They were at Disney.
Wow.
They did production for a couple of the major brand candle labels that still exist.
and it was just a little
Um,
place, on
Little
the-
mom and pop. in the
little
corner.
mom and pop shop. They just happen to have a huge piece of a big building and a big 4
Big-
acres of property.
Big dream.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
it is. A girl's got a dream, but one way or
I-
the other, we've got the molds are still there, and shut up.
I
Eric.
just want a podcast room I can smoke a cigar in. That's my dream.
Right?
Like,
Yeah.
I would like to own my podcast room.
Mhm.
That's it.
Right. Well, see, okay, that could happen if everything comes through. We could.
That would be cool.
We got to figure things out.
Fair enough.
We got to figure things out, because not only are we trying to do for our community, we're trying to do, for our military, for our first responders. And how cool would that be to have a designated space where you could,
Yeah,
it's just
that would
done.
be-
No rent required.
Right?
That would be outstanding.
Yeah. Hello, Lotto. Sugar
yeah.
daddy, sugar mama, anybody? Hello.
I mean, I'll take a sugar daddy. Whatever. Fair enough.
Marine
Alrighty.
Corps for 20 years. I'm used to
Right,
that.
right. So if you guys are watching, lots of ways to support your first responders. And here's a simple one. If you like candles, you can shop
Yeah.
local. You can in that shop local.
Start your Christmas shopping early.
Absolutely.
That's
Heck
So
yeah.
and
And,
then
we ship worldwide. So
prestige worldwide. So but yeah, lots of stuff. So thank you guys for joining. Thank you for reaching out.
thank you for
And-
having us.
us.
Absolutely.
This is fun.
So if you're interested and want to kind of, talk to us about your local business, reach out. I mean, I Bryce and I are always looking for different things to talk about. So, guys, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank
Bryce,
you.
for one final go, if you want to donate.
If you would like to donate to the Project Tribute Foundation, please text Bleed Kit to 918-856-3977. Provide a life-saving donation today.
Are you for hire?
I could be.
We need that. We do homegrown commercials.
We
I'm
do
like,
homegrown
we need
commercials
that
all the
voice.
time.
Very cool.
Holy cow.
There we go. There we go. Lowered expectations.
Here I come, Hollywood.
Wow.
Okay, so the final moment that we have to talk about. Regulators.
Oh, I still don't know. You've caught me on a bad week.
He doesn't
This
know
is,
about Warren G. Regulators, mount up. Do you not know either? Okay, I'm gonna have to play
okay.
the song for you folks. I get it. It's a generational thing. You were given the homework.
I was.
to do it.
I was never given
Okay.
homework.
Alrighty, guys. So
I know about
Hold on. Hold
So-
on.
okay, mount up.
Mount up, buddy.
Oh, is that what it is?
That's all you say
Mount
because
up.
they call out regulators. and
Mount
then-
up.
That's pretty cool.
What?
I feel like I heard it echo when he said
You
that.
did.
You did.
Dang. Super cool.
It was a clear black night, a clear white moon. Warren G was on the streets trying to consume it.
Awesome.
That's a full song.
Wow.
Okay, you're fired.
No clue.
We're on the
It's
same
all
page, I
good.
think.
We're both fired.
We're-
There we go.
I'm
It's all
used to
good.
it at this
so
point.
I don't know how to feel about this. If you all are on the same page and here I am, like this is a problem.
Or it could be really good.
That's fantastic.
Wow.
Alrighty, guys, thank you for watching. And then again,
y'all.
if you see this, we've got the website on there, the candle shop. Definitely go and check them out, and they're committing proceeds of quite a few of their items. You just need to go
Absolutely.
on the comments and type in tribute or project tribute or PTF. Somehow tell them that you're a supporter.
Yep.
But go check their shop out. They are local and they've got some phenomenal candles that taste okay. So you guys have a great rest of your day.
Awesome.
We're gonna end on Instagram.